Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sid Jones. I am joined side by side here with Twiggy Dro.
What's up?
Live from the Sid Jones Network, from all of us to you. We wanted to celebrate Father's Day the right way. So please join us with this little live stream, a little something special. Sound off with the people that have helped you out. Your fathers, your grandfathers, your legends, your icons, the men in your life. Today we celebrate them, and to the ladies out there who are holding it down. You know, for the dads that can't be here, for the dads that, for whatever reason, man. So Twiggy, tell me some of the father figures in your life, your father figure. Tell us some stories. Tell us some stuff. This is going to be great.
Well, me personally, I don't really have any father figure, but I do have the icons that I look up to that show me what I need to be as a man. And that's kind of why I listen. I am so heavy about music, because Corey Taylor is a huge, huge influence on me. I've heard him talk about his kid all the time. I've seen his stage persona. And, I'm not saying that I met him personally, but I can get, I feel the love that he has, and I follow his work. I follow his music. So yeah, he's been a real big influence on me. Yeah.
So Corey Taylor, that's a good choice. I like that. Corey Taylor. It's kind of weird too. Like, you guys kind of look alike. I'm sure you get that a lot.
Well, we both got handsome grin. What can I say?
Yeah. Speaking of handsome, what's that under your mask? Will you show everybody?
What?
Let us unveil.
Sorry, give me a good face on here.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Oh! Definitely an illegitimate child to Corey Taylor. So that is amazing. So, let me ask something. How'd you get involved in like discovering Slipknot? Let's discuss that real quick.
It was actually really interesting because I knew who Slipknot was before I even fucking heard them. Because you remember when Jericho first came out with Fozzy?
Yes.
Yeah, he was doing. I can't remember what interview he was doing, but I remember him chanting "Fozzy, Fozzy, you can't do that with Rage Against the Machine," And I think it was Howard Stern, actually. Don't quote me on that, but they were talking about the mascot, talking about a guy dressed in a pig suit, and they were talking about Paul Gray, the bassist. I didn't know that at the time, and then I went to a Hot Topic and I saw a poster of them. I saw shirts, I saw posters. So I figured, all right, you know what, I'll check it out. I went to the FYE right across there. I heard, I think it was "Spit It Out" on that little
great track.
Yeah,
great track. I gotta say, that's true Slipknot right there.
Yeah, I listened to the little sample thing they had that you could like pick what track and it played like maybe 30 seconds of it.
Yeah.
I listened to it on that, and then it was at one of my boys' house. We were staying the night at like 2 a.m. They played the claymation for Wait and Bleed. I fucking fell in love with it.
No shit.
But the song that really got me into him was Left Behind. And when I heard Left Behind, I was hooked.
Okay, so that's another thing I want to ask you about. Because now I know we're supposed to be talking about father figures, and I know that was Bree's wish, but you got me curious because we always talk about music up in this bitch. We always do. I got to ask you, what songs don't you like from Slipknot? There's got to be some of them. And I'm going to put a dollar bet down that one of them was Duality.
Yeah, it is, actually.
I'm good at my job, man. I'm good at my job.
I've got to say Slipknot. It's Slipknot and Disturbed are my two biggest influences on my music. And
really,
what's that?
I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't see that coming.
What was I saying? I lost track. Favorite song. Duality isn't my favorite song, and I'm not really fully impressed with Volume 3. My only favorite song on that is I can't remember the name of it.
From which band, sir? From which band?
Slipknot. It's on Volume 3.
The Subliminal Messages Volume 3.
Yes. It was the part 2. She seemed dressed in all of me, stretched across my shame. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. But anyway,
we're not going to get monetized.
Sorry about that. I can't sing. I know. I'm sorry if your ears are bleeding. That's my fault.
No, I meant that because now they're going to take us. They're going to be like, "Oh, you just played Slipknot right there."
Sorry, Sid.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. I'm just going to take it out of your paycheck.
Do what you got to do, man.
I will.
Make Me Pure Repeat. Their self-titled Iowa, and their last and their last couple albums are actually my favorite. I really don't care for Volume 3. So basically, no, I don't like any song on that album. But everything else that they put out, at least to me, is pure gold. And I think most of that is simply because they fall under the category of nu metal. And I love a lot of the nu metal genre because they are so abstract. They don't really follow any of the rules there are to making metal music. One of the things that I really cannot stand, and I get so much shit for this. You can ask Tiny. I've said it in her room a lot. I don't like guitar solos. Shink, 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 shink. I can fucking hear them sharpening now, man. It's not, but it's not the fact that I don't like guitar solos. It's I don't like, a quarter note every half second, only playing in a high notes. When you're playing an instrument, you have to let the instrument sing. You have to let the instrument do what it does.
Okay, so let me ask you this though: when it comes to guitar solos, like, are you talking about like solos in general that go for like 5-10 minutes? Are you talking about the ones that like
like the super long, like Zakk Wylde playing that 2-hour guitar solo at Ozfest?
Okay, yeah, it does get to be noise after a while. I'll see you on that. I'll see you on that. But because there's some intros, man, when they just use guitar that are fucking.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of guitar solos that one of my favorite guitar solos is on Tear Away by Drowning Pool.
Okay.
The way he does that guitar solo is beautiful. I love that guitar solo. And Metallica's Unforgiven. Those are my two favorite guitar solos.
We got Robert Mendoza in the building saying,
What's up?
We've got Jackie Wojak saying, Left Behind the band is fire too. Jackie Wojak, I don't know that band, but I'm here to tell you this.
I've never heard of them.
I'll agree with you with anything you say. I'll always agree with you. Happy Father's Day again, you guys.
Yeah.
This is
Shout out to all the strong dads out there. Shout out to all the moms holding it down for them.
So I gotta ask you, Twiggy, do you have stories about your dad by chance, or father figures in your life that you want to tell us that could be funny or whatever?
Nothing that would be interesting, honestly. I grew up the way that I grew up was basically an orphan, honestly. My mom was always working.
So she gets a Father's Day. Like today is her Father's Day.
Yeah.
Excellent. So happy Father's Day to your mom, dude. For real. I mean that. Happy Father's Day to my boy, Whitey Ford. Thank you for being here, Whitey. Appreciate you greatly.
What's up, Whitey?
Coughlin. I love this guy. This guy and I go back to 2009. Get this. We've been friends since 2009. It's over 11 years. We've been friends. We've gotten into 2 fucking arguments the whole time we've been friends. And one of them was about a fucking car. Like I was trying to start a car. He was like, it's this. And I'm like, no, it's fucking not. It's this. And the other one was about a girl, because of course it was.
It's always a girl, man. It's always a girl.
It's always a girl. Women fuck shit up. Love you, Jackie. Call me. So I've actually got some pretty funny stories about my dad and about some father figures in my life. One of them being Wade Smith. You see him pop up in my chats from time to time. Him and I fucking hate each other half the time. I swear to God, we hate each other. Like if you saw us in a room, you're like, how the fuck did that happen? Like, but honestly, God, like he's a good friend of me, great friend of me. We've actually got a lot of admiration for one another. So I have the movie What We Do Is Secret. I had it on DVD. I got it when I was working at Movie Gallery. So I watched this movie, changed my life forever. Changed my life forever. Like as you can see, it had a huge impact on me.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So I had it sitting on the coffee table because it needs to be worshipped first thing in the morning and before bed. Like it needs to sit there. It needs to be cherished.
Permanent. There we go.
So my boy Wade, my buddy Wade, he comes in the house and he goes, all right, put in that movie. I haven't seen it yet. And he rolls up a blunt and he's sitting there and he's smoking the blunt. I pop in this movie, and as the whole thing's playing or whatever, like the commercials, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Gets to the menu. I looked at him and said, this movie's going to change your life. I assure you, like this movie's going to have an impact on you. So I'm right here. I can't wait to see your reaction. He's like, sure, whatever. So he sits there. I put in the movie. It's like 90 minutes long. And the movie comes to an end. And he goes, and I looked at him like, so what did you think? And he looks at me and he went, and I went, and it gets better. It gets better. Now, mind you, I love this guy very much, and you're about to find out why. He was not impressed by this movie, not one bit. Was unimpressed. So I'm talking to him and he's like, not having it. And he goes, you need to get that movie hidden away before Star sees it, which was his girlfriend at the time. And goddamn, the fact that I was dating her daughter was a bit of a bitch. Anyways, so it wasn't good times. He can vouch for me on that. By the way, happy Father's Day to Wade. So he's like, I'd put that movie away, don't let her see it. I'm like, it's fine. So I left it sitting there because again, it needs to be worshipped first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
She comes home and all of a sudden she goes, let's watch this movie. And Wade looked at me and he's like, I hope you have another copy of that movie somewhere. I'm like, she ain't going to do anything to it. She puts it in, right? 90 minutes. And she turns and she's just glaring at me, like just fucking glaring at me. And she goes, my daughter is dating a guy who looks up to a guy who overdosed on heroin. I'm like, you completely missed the whole
You missed the fucking point.
Like the whole 90 minutes you fucking missed it. We got Fred Fury in the building. Thank you for being here. So my buddy, so I went to work. I come home and my friend and Wade standing in the kitchen, he goes, come here. I'm like, oh shit. Because you don't want to be in this kitchen.
Down.
You're going to get cornered and I didn't want to get my ass beat. He hands me my movie and I'm like, thanks, but what's it doing in the kitchen? He goes, it was in the garbage. What? He goes, I told you, I hope you had another copy. He goes, I just happened to see it. He was throwing away a wrapper or a used condom or something. He was throwing away something. And it happened to be there at the top of the garbage. So he took it out of the garbage and gave it back to me. I'm like, fuck, that's kind of fucked up.
You dodged a big bullet on that one.
Well, what's funny is
I was watching over you, Sid.
I lent my mom that movie and it ended up vanishing after I gave that to her because I lent it to her after I was at my buddy Steve's place. And I ended up getting another copy on Amazon. So I have that one here. My mom calls me one day and she goes, hey, I found this treasure trove of all this fun shit that you had when you were a kid. You're going to be upset when I tell you this story. So go get some tissue. You're not going to like this story. It's very sad. It's tragic. And I still tear up from time to time. I love my mother dearly, but this is what happened. So she calls me. She goes, I found this treasure trove of stuff. I found T-shirts. And she goes, and I found a movie. It's called What We Do Is Secret. And I'm like, does it have the movie gallery sticker still on it? She goes, yeah. I'm like, and the disc is in the case? She's like, yeah. I'm like, that's fucking dope. Like, that's a win. I still have it. And I texted her about 2 days later, Twiggy, because I had a collection of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Have yourself a drink and go get some tissues. I'm about to tell you a sad story. So she texted me 2 days, or I texted her 2 days later. I had this realization that I had a shelf dedicated to like classic cans of Monsters BFC, Monster Heavy Metal, the heavy metal Monster can, Pepsi Blue bottles and cans, the Centennial Faygo bottle, Centennial Faygo bottle. So I texted her. I said, hey, Ma. She says, yeah. And I says, you didn't, throw away those bottles and cans. They were on that closet shelf. And she went,
oh my God.
Why? And I went, oh no. Dude, I know. I told you. The tears. Because you got to think the Centennial Faygo bottle alone. But the heavy metal with the band playing on the can, that's like, yeah, I know. I said the same thing, bro. I said the same thing. And you want to make it worse. Oh, we got Lila Coy in the building. How you doing, Lila Coy? Yeah,
what's up, Lila Coy? Thanks for sending me your friend request. I appreciate it.
Oh, she did good.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're all networking here. She's one of our admins, by the way. She's one of our admins. Sexy little beast, her. So I want to tell you this, man. Want to tell you this right quick. You're going to love this, right? You're going to love this. So after the whole debacle thing with the cans and all that, I went looking up how much a heavy metal Monster can is worth on eBay.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that.
I shouldn't have done it. It's worth $25 right now. An empty can. $25.
Just imagine how much the film was worth.
Yeah, I'm talking like in the then like there's the Monster BFC can with the letters big BFC for big fucking can. That was up there. The Centennial Faygo bottle gone.
Yeah.
So this leads me to a story with my dad, my biological dad. I love this man to death. I love this guy. I love my dad. My dad is an extremely fucking great guy. So my dad, again, love him to death. Amazing man. He calls me one day Because when I was growing up, I had the Stretch Armstrong toys and shit. You know, I had the Stretch Armstrong, and I had the old Power
When you're done with
Rangers
yours,
action
there's one story
figures.
that you want to share. When you're done with yours, there is one that you want to share. So go
Excellent. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to trigger some thoughts, trigger some ideas. You know me, I like to trigger people. So my dad calls me. He goes, hey, son, how are you? And I says, hey, Dad, I'm doing pretty good. He goes, listen, would you mind doing me a favor? And I says, what's that, Dad? Anything for you. You're my dad, and I love you. You're a great guy. He goes, oh, just go on eBay real quick and type in Stretch Armstrong.
Oh, I remember having one of them.
So I
had
typed
one of
in.
them when I was a kid. I had the Ninja.
You had the Ninja one, dude. I had the one where it's like the metal mask and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was the Ninja one or what. Again, kid, I was like, what, 4?
Something like that.
Have you seen what Stretch Armstrong is worth?
No, I didn't.
Thousands. So
No
I looked it up, like,
shit.
oh, that's cool. Stretch Armstrong is worth thousands of dollars. He goes, yeah, see, I told you should have taken care of your shit, and he hung up. One of my favorite stories of my dad ever. And I'm like, Dad, I was a
Right.
kid. But he just had it in his head, and so he hung up. Great story. I love that story.
Right.
Please tell me your story, because I've got one more after this one. Then we should have Bree coming on here shortly.
Well, I talk about it a lot. I spend most of my time in the South. I grew up in Florida, and like I said, my mom was working all the time, so I would always stay. I spend a lot of time over at my aunt and uncle's house, and just they, you know, we were the typical Southern family. My uncle owned this ranch. It was probably like 150 acres, something like that, and he used it for breeding, selling, and trading horses and stuff like that. And I had my own horse, and it was me, my sister, my cousin, and his girlfriend. We were showing horses at the time, and you know how competitive Dodge and Ford is.
Yeah.
My cousin at the time had a Dodge Ram. It was like 90, 97, 98, something like that. I can't remember what kind it was. And whatever the equivalent for the Ford was. But they were 4x4, the huge ass hauling kind of trucks. My aunt's truck gets stuck in sugar sand. I don't know if you know what that is. But for those of you who don't, sugar sand is a lot thinner than beach sand. It's like driving on grass kind of. Once you drive on this, you lose all traction. And there's a giant patch of it in the middle of the field. And my aunt's truck was hauling one of the trailers. So my uncle, showing off his fucking dick, says, you know what, I'm gonna get this out of here. He hitches it up, turns on the 4x4, hits the gas, and all he does is spin the tires. So he unhitches his. My cousin unhitches his Dodge from his trailer, hooks his up, and pulls my aunt's truck and the trailer with both horses out of the beach stand. From that day forward, my uncle was all about Ford.
Damn.
Talk about a fucking slap in the face.
That's a good one. I like that story. I'm going to beat yours, though.
Okay.
I've told this story, and people actually love hearing the story. Whitey, I hope you're still here. For a lot of people that are here, it's their first time hearing it. It's one of my favorites. So it's a great one. So I worked at a mountain called Attitash. Do you know what an alpine slide is?
No.
Okay, so it's a fiber track slide. Okay, but
Okay.
like a roller coaster that goes down, doesn't go up and down, just goes down, and you're on a plastic sled. You can exit the track. You can hurt yourself.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty dangerous.
I was 24 years old working this mountain, and one morning, it was like the perfect day. It was like 7:30 in the morning. The sun was just starting to really shine over in the distance over the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful sight. If you'd never seen it, it's fucking gorgeous. I get on my sled, named her Silver, by the way. I had a horse named, or a sled named Silver.
Hey,
thank you. Everyone keeps thinking Silver Surfer. I'm like, no, it's Silver from the Lone Ranger. I'm young, but I know these things. So I'm getting on Silver, and my friend actually, Whitey, made her for me. So this is definitely for him. So I'm adjusting on my sled, right? I'm adjusting on my sled. I've got my blanket, and it's picked up perfectly where it's still going to dry the track, but it's not going to slow me down, right? Because I've already been down it like 6-7 times, so I pull up that blanket, I'll tuck it down, I press down on it so that way the blanket doesn't flail anywhere. And I start kicking off on the thing. Emily, I sent you a link, or I'm sorry, Bree. God damn it. Bree, someone get, I'm going to get her real quick before I finish the story. I sent you a link. Or I guess I didn't send her a link. Yes, I did. I sent you both the link. I'm live right now. I sent you a link. Okay. Anyways, so I'm coming down this track, right? Coming down this track, and it's like most good things, brother. Like most good things, this track is wet in all the right places. On certain parts of the track, if you hit the brakes, you'll actually speed up. Oh. And if you because if the track is wet and you hit the brakes, it's just rubber. Yeah. So when you pull the lever back and you drop the brakes, you'll actually do this. It's kind of cool. It's not cool when it's super soaked though, and then you
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, I actually
always better.
I actually had Atarash is what we called it when the Alpine slide eats your skin. It's like all right here, and then all right here. So we're racing down this. I'm racing down the bitch. I'm dropping the brake pads to gain some speed, and then I hit that lever, and then I'm taking the turns. Everything perfect run. The song I was listening to was "Someone's Gonna Die Tonight" from Blitz.
Oh,
hey, shit. You feel all right. Oi, oi, oi. Someone's going to die tonight. Oi, oi, oi. Mm-hmm. Well, I just lost us monetization now. So I'm whipping down this sumbitch, and I'm just enjoying this run, man. The music is right in my ears. The earbuds aren't even budging. It is the perfect run ever. And I come around this turn in the patch of woods, and there's a black bear, just like this, looking at me. And I went, I'm on a track. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? So I kind of just put all my weight down on the wheels and I push that red lever down. And I really hope that I hope the subtitles come up okay on this video because this looks really kind of fucked up right now. So it kind of looks like I'm doing a sex video demonstration.
Yeah,
so,
it does. I was just going to say, what the hell are you doing down there, dude?
Yeah. Well, if you saw how a lever works on the sled and everything, I really hope nobody dubs this. It's going to be bad. So I slam on the fucking lever, whipping down this sumbitch. Dude, I'm fucking whipping. Trying to beat this bear to making sure that because it's in between both the tracks. So I'm like, if it can go in front of me or it can go the other way. And I'm fucking praying it doesn't hit me. So I'm racing down this track and the bear just gets out of the way I'd say about 3 feet away from me. It finally decides that it's going to get the fuck out of the way. And dude, it was so close to me. I could have reached out and touched it. I can see it's the gray on its fur because black bears actually have tints of gray. And if I had been going any faster, I'd have given that bear a colonoscopy with my fucking skull. So I'm just worried about I'm doing this and losing my balance. So I'm just looking over my shoulder, doing this the whole way down. The whole way down. I'm whipping down this thing. Finally, I get to the end of the track. I rolled out and I'm gripping the side of it and viciously just shaking. And the woman that worked there, she comes over and she goes, "Hey, are you okay?" And I'm like, yeah. She goes, "I'm going to go get 39, which was our boss, 39. Mm-hmm. He comes here. Bree, I had sent you a link. What are you talking about? Bree, you saw the link. How do I copy this? Hold on one second. She wants
you have to hold long press on your phone and then a screen will pop up.
Yeah, all I'm getting is reply and remove, though. What happens if I click it? Okay, so open this page in Safari. That's fine. I will put it to... All right, I'm texting it to you. There, that should work. I texted it to you, Bree. Okay, so anyways, I finally get the ability to start talking a little bit. 39 walks over and he goes, "Are you okay?" And I went, "I saw a buh." I saw a buh. These J1 students come down and they're
talking from South Park.
Yeah. They're talking in Taiwanese, they're Taiwanese and or Taiwan. Where I love these guys. I really did. Oh, we got Bree coming on.
Hey, there she is.
Bree.
I can't stay long because I'm about to go to work. But hi,
all right.
Happy Father's Day.
Hey, Bree.
Always a
Did you
pleasure
cut your
to see
hair?
you.
You
Me? Oh, I'm always the handsome.
No, have I ever seen you with your hair down?
No, you haven't.
That's true. Okay.
I got a question. Who looks better, him or me?
You look like a pirate. You look like a fucking pirate. I had no idea. Oh, I'm going to call you Redbeard.
Captain Redbeard. You pretty booty.
Happy Father's Day. I want to say Happy Father's Day to 3 people first. This is my stepdad, Randy. holding my little brother. He's the reason why I'm fucking awesome, and he also believes in aliens.
Are they watching right now?
No. Nobody I know is watching. This is my grandpa in Vegas with my grandma. He helped raise me as well because my dad's a piece of shit.
Aw.
You've got mail.
And this is my ex who gave me a baby. So happy Father's
Sorry
Day
about that. That was.
to all the wonderful men in my life, except for mine. My biological dad, fuck you. But all the other dads in my life, happy Father's Day. Bye, guys.
Yeah, I'm kind of on her with
That whole thing.
that
Yeah.
one.
It happens, right? Like,
Whichever
hey,
side you're
I still
on.
have reason to celebrate. I have some good men in my
Still haven't
life
got that
I
down
can
yet.
be more grateful for, and I have a beautiful baby, so my ex is cool too.
You have to leave.
Bye.
You just increased our viewership. You got to leave now.
No, I'm gonna be late for work, guys. Bye.
All right. We love you.
How do I get out of here? I love you too, but I can't leave.
Perfect. There she goes. All right. So that was Bree. Like I said, we're doing a little Father's Day session. It's also between us. Don't tell anybody this, but it's also like a test run to see where I fucked up, and I figured out where I fucked up and where I went wrong. I figured it out.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly what I did wrong. I use the Facebook interface directly, and it doesn't like it. So this actually helps. So back to my story here. So they're all laughing at me about this whole bear situation. Right?
Mhm.
So they're like, so my boss walks up to him and says, "Hey, he saw a black bear, so everybody just be careful." And I just looked at him. I'm like, what the fuck? Well, I'm not going back down that thing. You're not going to get me to go back down that thing. Like, fuck you and the whore you rode in on too. Like, no way.
I'm
So
stealing that.
He goes,
I like
"You
that."
He goes, "You go pull sleds." I'm like, "I'll pull sleds. I'll take the sleds out of the sled shed. No problem. That's my job this morning. I'll take my fucking time doing it too." So I get into the sled shed. I call my mom. I says, "Mom, I love you." She goes, "I love you too. Are you okay?" I'm like, "I almost hit a black bear going 35 miles per hour down in the Alpine sled on a plastic fucking sled." She's panicked. She's fucking panicked. She's scared shitless. Like
If I
tears.
remember correctly, black bears are most aggressive, aren't they?
What?
If I remember correctly, the black bears are the most aggressive, aren't they?
The black bears? No. They're very actually like they're skittish at people. The most aggressive are brown bears and grizzlies.
Okay.
And polar bears. Those are the three. Black bears are actually afraid of people. So I call my mom and I'm like, listen, I almost hit this black bear. She's panicking for me. She's like, "Oh my God, are you okay? Like, what the fuck were you thinking?" I'm like, "Yeah, I put the black bear there, Ma. That's what I did. I put it there." Like, what were you thinking? I'm fucking doing my job for $8.25 an hour, I might add. I almost died for $8.25 an hour. Because all it would have taken was that bear to look at me and bitch slap me, and there goes Sid Jones out into the fucking woods.
When I lived in Metro Detroit, there was actually a taxidermist right down the road from me, and I saw a bear that he killed. Those fucking things are, oh my God, man! Their paws are like that big, and hell no, dude.
I don't know how the line goes, but I know it's kind of like a head into our show tomorrow night, so I just want to say this line because it's one of my favorite lines. And I stuffed bad bitches like a taxidermist. Whoop whoop from Twisted.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite lines.
I was doing like fucking 5 different things today, so.
Oh, you're good. I was doing lines of blow, so we're good. So, my mom's panicking, freaking out, and I says, "Hey, listen, I gotta call Dad. I just let you know I'm okay and I love you." She's crying. She's like, "I love you too." And this is where I figured out how I got so fucked up. This is the call that I made to my dad. I call my dad and I says, "Dad, I love you." He goes, "I love you too. What's going on?" And I says, "I almost hit a black bear going 35 miles per hour down the Alpine slide." "Man, I wish I could have seen the look on your face." And I'm like, I'm sitting there and it's all clear now. It's all clear.
Oh my God. That explains where you get your charm from.
Yeah, I know. So it's like my mother's very caring, compassionate. Don't touch that. It's going to burn you, electrocute you, maim you, eat you, bite you, stab you, whatever. It's going to hurt you. My dad, when I was a kid.
Oh, you're not going to do that again, are you?
He looked at me and he said, "Hey, you see that garter snake? And I says, yeah. And he goes, pick it up by its tail. So I pick it up by its tail, lunges up, bites me. And I'm like,
I have a story just like that. It's not father related.
Hey, I'm all down for stories, man.
The place that I'm living at now, it was like 3 or 4 years ago. We actually had a garter snake living inside one of the cracks inside the building, and we got kids around here, so we're concerned about it. And me growing up in the fucking backwoods, I know how to handle this shit. I'm chasing it around, trying to say, pin its head to the ground and pick up by the tail. One of the fucking idiot neighbors, you're probably like 14, 15, 16, something like that. Why you pin its head to the ground? Pick it up by the tail. Shut. Oh, yeah, that's why.
Oh, well, I learned something. So my dad, in his infinite wisdom, I went, ow. And he goes, see, that's why you don't pick it up by its tail. I said, why'd you tell me to do it? He looked at me straight in the face and went, just to get it out of the way.
See, I'm quoting what's his name? Christopher Titus on this. Dads make better parents. He said it, and I'm backing it up. I will fucking fight anybody on that.
Ladies, I just want you to know that that did not come out of my mouth. So call me. Please do that. Please give Sid Jones a ring. So I got to ask you, man. Like, we talked about Corey Taylor a little bit.
Yeah.
And we've got fucked up days, within 2020.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, how do you think that, like, the male, because we've talked a lot about the Black Lives Matter, we've talked a lot about, the Confederate flags, things like that.
Right.
How do you think that the dating scene, like, let's talk about something a little different now, because there's women that are having kids at very young ages, just like they did back in the day.
Yeah.
We've got people making poor decisions, and the dating scene seems to be a little different. Do you think that, like, that has a lot to do with the way that things are as the dating scene, or am I just, like, subconsciously, like, I fucking hate women and I blame them? Like, correct me on this.
Well, I can definitely say there has been a change in the dating scene, and the internet has a lot to do with that. I mean, because you're seeing people, hey, I'm on this website, I'm on that website. I think you hear it all the time. If you just get off of the internet and do a little more personal interaction with other people, it actually gets a lot easier. Because the personas that we have on the internet are not the same thing that we have in person.
Right. That's very true. I mean, I'm a dick. Like, what you see in real life is probably what you're going to get for at least the most part.
Yeah, right. See, I treat you the way you treat me. If you're going to be disrespectful, if you're going to be a flat-out ass, then I will give you a reason to.
Hey, man, I got to tell you, even though my shit was lagging yesterday, I'm still upset about that.
Yeah.
There was a kid comes into the chat and he goes, hey, cut off your fucking mohawk. And dude, I don't mean I laid into him. Yeah. I mean I butchered him verbally. I verbally assaulted this kid. I'm pretty sure it's one of the reasons why my broadcasts get interrupted with the shit that I'd send.
Yeah, probably. I can see you going off, man. I would do the same thing.
You ready for the punchline? We're friends. We're friends now.
It's amazing how that works, isn't it? See,
dude, I was shocked. He messaged me. He goes, bro, mad respect. Like, that was dope. Like, he's like, I got to come on to your show one day. Like, that was sick.
And you would be amazed how often that happens. There are people that have fucking tried putting me on blast. I tear into their ass, and yet I'm still on their fucking friends list, even though they call me dick, bigot, fucking whatever. But I've literally been called every name in the book, and yet I'm still fucking here. I do not care if I am hated. I have been hated my whole fucking life. I am so content with it. It doesn't bother me. If you want me to, I will give you a reason to hate me. I would much rather get along. I would much rather be friends. But if that's how you wanted to be, then that's how it's going to be.
Do you know where I got my inspiration from to be an asshole and to be unliked by people?
I can take a few guesses.
It was an interview with WWE future Hall of Famer Edge.
Yeah.
And there was an interview. He said, I'd rather people hate me than like me, because when people hate me, that's where I know where my real fans are. It's where I know where my real support comes from.
Exactly.
And I read that and I went, that's cheating, but that is amazing.
It is. It really does. You know, I'm sitting there. I'm fucking shower scrubbing my balls and shit. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, you know what? If hating me brings everybody else together, then fuck it. That's what I'm gonna fucking do. If you know, because the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and if I have to be the enemy to make you guys friends, so fucking be it.
That's why you and me get along so well. We got kind of the same moniker.
Pretty much.
Where it's like, I'll give you a reason to fucking hate me, and you're gonna love me for it afterwards. Like I had a conversation with somebody today. I'm like, I brought the best by bringing out the absolute worst in people.
Yeah, I say it all the time. You have to be an asshole to get people's attention because please and thank yous just don't work anymore.
No, they don't. I was actually cracking a joke with my buddy Shane. I says, nobody ever, people hold the door open, right?
And they don't even say thank you.
No, and here's the worst part. Women, this is to you, and I love you. Call me. But you hold the door open for a girl, and she'll just flick her hair and walk in.
I fucking hate that.
Walk out, whichever one it is.
I fucking hate that.
Video. So I had this conversation with my buddy Shane. I had this conversation with him. The next day, he sends me a video of this guy holding the door open for this girl. She's walking out, and she doesn't say thank you. So he grabs her by the arm, throws her back into the store, and shuts the fucking door. And I went, now we need a statue of that man. Can we make that happen?
Give that man a medal.
He deserves a medal. He deserves a statue. He deserves a fucking holiday.
I was going to say, give him his own fucking holiday.
Yeah.
And that guy day.
That's the thing, man. When I was talking about the dating scene, people becoming absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
And I brought this point up. Women, I love you. Ladies, I love you. Again, call me, please.
I do too. You're not the only one.
Twiggy loves you
I
too.
got plenty of room in the basement for everybody.
But you got enough room in the basement for everybody. Yes, I love it. So there's a caveat to that, ladies. There's a caveat to that. I'm going to say this with love. Listen, just because we're men doesn't mean we're going to rape you. I just want to point that out.
And it doesn't mean we want sex either.
Right. We actually do enjoy good conversation. We're not just aiming for some of us guys. We wanted relationships at some point, but I'm here to tell you this because I'm a mind reader. Watch this. I'm a fucking psychic. I got it from Bree. She kind of rubbed off on me.
Wait. Rubbed off on you or rubbed one off on you?
I cannot confirm or deny the latter. I will say we had a great time, and she still calls me to this day. So, my point being is that I've got the psychic ability, and Twiggy, I'm gonna get into your brain a little bit. At one point, you were the nice, sensitive, sweet guy, right?
Yes.
You probably had a girl in high school. She was fucking phenomenal.
We didn't go to the same school, but yes.
She was an 11 out of a 10 in your eyes, right?
Yes.
And she burned you something fierce, right? Yeah. And you suddenly decided, I'm not going to be that guy anymore because I've noticed that she prefers to date assholes, right?
I will bring that up tomorrow.
Oh boy, I'm excited for tomorrow night.
I'm telling you guys this right now. To every single fucking juggalo and juggalette out there watching this. You are going to fucking hate me. Every single one of you. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh, I'm so excited for this. Oh man, you just made tomorrow night I was excited to hear your stories because you're like, should we cover what we're going to discuss? Yeah, blatantly, because here's the thing, man. I hate YouTube reactors. I hate them. Because you and me, we talked about doing a show together. We did that. That's cool. But I hate YouTube reactors because I feel like they practice in the mirror. I feel like they've already watched the episode or they've already listened to the song or they've already seen the music video.
Right.
And now all of a sudden they're going to be like, all right, I'm going to practice my facial reactions, practice what I'm going to do, practice what I'm going to say, and then react to it live. And then that's what's going to make
it does seem robotic.
Right. It does. Right. It's almost like they've practiced and they've rehearsed.
Right.
So that's why I told you, I don't want to, I want to be able to ask you some questions. I want to be able to get an authentic reaction because I'm a very animated guy. I'm like a 6-year-old child. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh, yeah. I can't say still for shit, man. You ain't the only one.
I tell ladies this. Ladies, it's like dating a 6-year-old that throws temper tantrums and comes up with crazy ideas. Mommy, I'm going to be president. And she goes, I'm sure you are.
George. You keep hold on to that dream now. Go
Yeah,
eat
you
your
hold on to
chocolate.
that dream, little guy. Here's your sandwich. Go.
I have to be animated because everybody ain't this pretty.
Yeah. Touche. That was good. So that's why I was like, all right, listen, I don't want to get into too much of what we're going to be discussing tomorrow. Like I said, I'm pumped for it, dude. I'm pumped for it. And that's why I tell people I don't do prerequisite questions. And I'm actually going to get into why that is tomorrow as well. I'm going to tell a little bit of a story. You and me, we're going to go head to head with these juggalos. Like, we're really going to go to war with them. I really feel like there's a lot of animosity and there's a lot of truths that they don't understand. So I'm excited to be in your corner for this tag team match. Like, we're going to be outnumbered. We're going to be outgunned.
Oh, yeah.
But it's going to be so worth it.
The show's only going to be an hour long, understandably so. But even in that time, there really just won't be enough to be said.
Actually, we can actually go because it's a pre-Raw show.
Yeah.
Raw doesn't start till 8. We could end that sumbitch. We could make it a 90-minute special.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Let's do that. I said we make it a 90-minute special. Twiggy Dro, Sid Jones versus all the fucking juggalos. That just sounds so good. It sounds like it was meant to happen. It sounds like it was meant to fucking happen. It sounds like Twiggy Dro, Sid Jones takes on the fucking juggalos. Like, it just, oh man, like it just the way that you could say, you could hear
it just rolls off the tongue.
You could hear Jim Ross, and let me tell you, it's not the only thing that rolls off the tongue. Like, call me for sure. Especially Lil Coy. Dude, have you seen Lil Coy?
I went through her pictures.
I bet you did. Oh,
yeah, bro. I did, baby.
Bro, check this out. You ready for this? I'm trying to talk to her. Trying to, like, woo her into it a little bit. I want to be the first ever network to have a fucking chick that just pops up randomly to do pole dancing.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
I got a green screen.
Yeah, like I'm saying, man. I want to be able to bring this network everything. When people go, we want controversy. How about the conspiracy hour with Warlockside?
No shit.
Yeah, it'll work. Hey, how about you got a fucking a guy that likes to piss people off, talk about all genres of music? Right fucking here. How about some fucking horror movies and horror music and just anything horror? Twiggy fucking Dro with the Creature Feature Show. And you've got the fucking I just like to smoke weed.
Barbie.
You got fucking Fred fucking Fury. I want to get a tarot reading. I want a fucking witch. You got a witch? Bet you don't got a witch. We got Corrupt Barbie. Oh, touche. And then I want someone to be like,
it's all about you guys.
Yeah.
It's all about you.
And if someone goes, yeah, you don't have strippers, you want to fucking bet we don't.
We can get them. I can definitely get you strippers. I can guarantee
we will get you the whole fucking 9. Like I said, this is a network that'll give you fucking everything.
If you want, I'll even do a strip show.
There you go. You get to see Twiggy do his fucking strip show. That's gonna be fucking great. Real quick here, I just want to get to the chat. Sorry, typo. That's supposed to be nice guys. Once nice guys don't finish last, they finish in the shower. Oh, dude, up top. That was good.
Yeah.
Up top. Virtual high five. Nice. That was good. Mandy, but ouch. Guess I'm not loved anymore. I don't have a Hatchet Man tat or anything.
That's going to be addressed. That will be addressed.
That's going to be addressed tomorrow night. Oh, my God. Joe Duzzy in the building. Lisa Flax is bringing on the crazier the better.
Oh, yeah. Shit's going to get wild.
Dude, I gotta get on a cabin flight. If I gotta fit in the fucking luggage of a flight to get to South Africa to hang out with Lisa Flack, that's gonna be fucking something. I'm telling you. Oh my God! Like, I'm already needing another beverage. You want to see a magic trick? Want to see a magic trick? Watch this. Drink, please. Delayed reaction. It's fine. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. So that magic trick didn't quite pull through. The dove will eventually come out of the hat. Eventually. So one of the things I want to talk to you about, man, and I really feel like the Juggalo world did kind of crumble us a bit.
Yeah,
it really did. But there are some Juggalos. Now I'm gonna try and be civil here. Try and be fair. There are Juggalos here that looked up to Violent J and Shaggy Two Dope. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I was one of those guys that looked up to Violent J and Shaggy Two Dope and Blazy Dead Homie and all that. And we're gonna get more into that tomorrow. But you got to give it to them that's kind of like it's a Father's Day thing. Even some women, some of the Juggalettes out there, they were the only father figures that they had.
That's understandable.
You know. So I just want to put that in your head because, like I said, this is a Father's Day special. We're not here to hate just yet. Tomorrow night, all out war.
Oh,
Tomorrow night, it's
no hold barred. Hard
falls
fucking
count
board.
anywhere. Falls count anywhere tomorrow. It's gonna be great. I even got a few tell-alls.
Mhm.
I got a few tell-alls and a few secrets. Joe Duzzy said, Sid Jones, Twiggy Dro, salute. Salute to you, Joe Duzzy.
Salute.
Or is it Duzzy or Doozy? Because I only see one Z, so I'm assuming
Doozy.
it's Joe Doozy.
I think it's
Oh.
Doozy.
Okay, is he one of your boys? He's one of your boys.
Yeah. Actually, I did a collaboration with him. Actually, I have a single. It's done. It's finished. It's ready. And Sid, if you want to see it, I will show it to you exclusively.
Fuck yeah, dude. You know me, I don't leak shit. Like, because that was the thing too. Like, people were like, hey man, don't leak my track. I'm like, bruh, listen, if I leak your track, we're not friends anymore, and I don't get any more music. Like, why would anybody do that? Like, I remember when Eminem came out and he said, the MMLP2 album would never get leaked. He's like, it's not going to get leaked. And then it leaked. As soon as he said it'll never get leaked, I was like, it's going to get leaked.
Yeah.
It's going to be deliberate.
It almost seems calculated.
Yeah, it does. I really feel like they put that out there because what people do, it's a quick marketing strategy, actually. What you're doing is you're actually getting reviews for free.
Right.
At that point, because everyone's like, oh, I got the exclusive. And they're like, it fucking worked, mate. It fucking worked.
Yeah,
They
right?
think they got the exclusive, and it's the download link that we put out there. The fucking morons.
No, I like what he did with I can't remember the name of that, but it was the one that he dropped without notice, without telling anybody. I like what he did with that.
Yeah.
He makes a really good point because if you say, I'm coming out with this song, this EP, this album, I'm doing this collaboration with this band, then you got people judging it already. We better sound like this. I better have this kind of instrumental. He better talk about that. That is not what music is about. That is not the proper expression. If you can't get into something because it doesn't suit your needs, then you are listening to it completely wrong.
Right, and Eminem kind of pointed that out in Kamikaze.
Kamikaze. That's what I was. Yeah, Kamikaze.
Yeah, and I feel like he pointed that out there like directly, where he was like, "Listen, I can drop an album, shit on whoever the fuck I want, and I'm still gonna be grand champ. Like that's just how that's gonna be." And I really feel like that he was like, "Listen, I don't need a leaked album. I'm not even gonna come up with a release date or anything, because he's just showing like everybody talks about it. Even the people that hate him talk about him."
Yeah.
And so he's like, you're going to sell albums for me. That's great. Like, I'm pretty sure that he got mad at his marketing team. I don't need you to promote my shit. I'm going to drop an album randomly. There's probably a huge bet on the table. Probably a huge bet. He probably had a bet with his fucking promotional agency. He's like, listen, my fans will promote my shit better than you. My haters will promote my shit better than you. And then fucking they did. Because I remember I got the call when Kamikaze dropped. And I remember because everyone was talking to me about the song Stepping Stones. Or Stepping Stone. It's Stone or Stones. Anyways,
I think it's Stones.
Yeah. So, and he's like, I never meant to treat it like a stepping stone. And it was kind of like a message to Bizarre and shit like that.
Yeah.
And he goes, by the way, Rockstar was the shit. Yeah. And people came to me with that. And that's so funny because I've got the Lars tattoos for Last American Rockstars. And what I thought was very funny was that people coming to me and saying all this shit like, dude, he shouted out the Last American Rockstars. I'm like, I fucking bet he didn't.
Yeah.
I fucking bet he didn't.
Yeah.
So I went to listen to the song. I'm like, no, he's talking about the song Rockstar was the shit that actually featured Eminem in the music video. That's what he was referring to, not the Last American Rockstars.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I've got the tattoo. I could have been like, oh yeah, he fucking. I'm like, no, I know better.
I actually like Last American Rockstars. They have such a unique sound. Even for M&E, they stand out so much.
And it's sad that they got that they're concluded. We were supposed to get a second album. I interviewed Gordy, and he's like, yeah, we're getting a second Lars album come out next year. We never got it. And I kind of feel like that what happened is, and I'm going to be completely honest, and I'm being unbiased right now as I say this, but I'm also talking about like a crushed 10-year-old when I say this, because I'm hurt. Because I don't get, just because I got the Lars tattoo and I did work with Lars doesn't mean I got to listen to the album before anybody else did. So I was excited for Cocaine in Miami. I was excited for that music video. I was excited for all this shit. And suddenly I got the album. Couldn't wait to get the album. I got the pre-order, dude. I got the pre-order with the t-shirt and then, I got the pre-order with the hoodie and then the t-shirt. So I got the hoodie first. It was Black Friday. I'll never forget it. It was Black Friday. I'm like, I'm putting in my pre-order like right now. and I'll wait on that fucking hoodie. I still have that hoodie. I still have the t-shirt.
Mhm.
So I got the hoodie and got the t-shirt, so I ended up with like 4 Lars albums by the end of it all. And I remember the first time I listened to it was in the car. We were driving uptown, and I popped it in, and you know, Ashley was like, "I fucking hate this music. I don't like this music. You know, it's not my thing." But then this guitar riff kicked on one of the songs, and it was California. And I'm even staring at the stereo system, like watching it, waiting for it to do a fucking magic trick, and I'm like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "That was actually really good." And I'm like, I fucking
And
know it was
that's
good.
one of the biggest things I love about music is it doesn't matter what genre, what band. For me, it doesn't even, none of that matters. The name, the genre, none of it. My most favorite genre of music is classical. In the Hall of the Mountain King is my favorite musical piece ever. Nobody touched that. And the one thing I love about music is it doesn't matter what you're into. If you're not into something, you will either find that one gem that you actually like in that, or if you hang around it, it'll eventually grow on you.
Yeah, but here's the problem too with music, dude. And this is why I don't like record labels. Like, this is one of the reasons why I have like
fuck you.
They promoted the wrong song. I felt like they promoted they promoted the majority of the songs off of the Foul World mixtape, which was solid.
Yeah.
I loved that mixtape. I fucking loved it. The Lars album, solid front to back. There was a couple of songs where I was kind of like, I could skip it, but I can listen to it. I'm just not like Ganja Man was even good, and I liked the music video for that. Lit, I got to be in that music video for fucking Lit. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't.
I'm actually in the music video for Lit with the Last
I have to
American
look
Rock
that up.
Stars. Yeah, I drove or didn't drive. I got into a Lyft, paid like $90 some odd because it was a Saturday to get up there, and I sat there for like 4 hours waiting to because I didn't know what time to be there at, because Bizarre just put out a thing that their camera got stolen, so all the footage from the Lit video was gone, and he needed as many people as he could to be there. So I hopped in a Lyft, and Ashley and I, we were together at the time, and I'm like, I'll do what I do with all of my ex-girlfriends. Actually, I was dating her at the time, so I'll do what I've done with all my ex-girlfriends in the past. I'll do it in this relationship because apparently it's a good track record. And I texted her as I got in the Lyft car. And I said, listen, I'm taking a Lyft all the way down to New Baltimore, Michigan, to go to the Diesel Lounge to be able to be in this music video. She's like, yeah, but you got to work tomorrow morning. I'm like, fuck work. I'll be fine. So I get there, and like I said, I'm waiting, and that's when I actually met Tom of Asylum. Believe it or not, that was the first time meeting Tom.
That's how you two met. Okay.
Yeah, we met at the Lit video shoot. And check this shit out. This is fucking crazy. This is a true story. Swear to God. I'm standing there hanging out with some people, like we're in between sets, or it was just before the shot, or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm standing there hanging out with, some of the people. We're smoking cigarettes. And this kid looks at me and he goes, "What's up, bro?" And I looked at him. I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing out here in Michigan?" He was a friend of mine from fucking New Hampshire that we went to high school with in New Hampshire.
I got a blast from the past.
Dude, I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He goes, "Dude, I moved out here." I'm like, fucking so did I. And then Stir Crazy walks over, Jesse Stir Crazy.
Yeah. I got a couple of beats from him.
Yeah, he's from my hometown.
Cool.
Like, he's from fucking
That's cool
New
as
Hampshire.
shit.
Yeah, so we're like having like a New Hampshire family reunion here. Tom's loving every minute of it. Tom's laughing, but as soon as Tom shows up, like we all just like acted like kids that were like, we did nothing. So like we're laughing, high five, and having a great time. Tom shows up, we just like fucking like go. He goes, "You guys can carry on, like I don't." So he lights a cigarette, and we're chit chatting, we're talking a bit. Red was there, which is one of the artists that he manages. We're doing our shit, and the Lit shoot didn't get done until about like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I got to work at like 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. It was 6 in the morning, so I got like 2 hours of sleep. Went to work. Thank God it was like a 4-hour shift. Like I got lucky on that. It was one of those half shifts. So I got fucking lucky with it. So I showed up. And my manager, like the manager on duty, was pissed at me at the time. She was like, yeah, you're real slow today. I'm like, I'm fucking tired. She goes, "Whose fault is that?" And I just shrugged it off. I'm like, everybody else gets time off and everyone else gets to do this, that, and the other. And I'm the one that gets shit on. So at this point, damned if I do, damned if I don't. So that's one of the memories that I have about being at the Lit video. And this is where my dad comes into play. My dad, I sent him the music video. I sent him all this shit. And he goes, "So you're friends with Gordy?" And I says, "Well, not exactly, but I'll tell you what happened." So I'm on the phone with my dad, and I says, "You're not going to believe this. these kids, they grabbed my arm tattoo. You know, they grabbed me by the arm because I just got the tattoo done a week shy of that video being shot. And like I said, I didn't know until the day before. Yeah, it was perfect timing. And he's like, yo, you should get this guy in the video. He's got a Lars tattoo. He goes, you got a Lars tattoo? And he goes, wait here. I didn't move. He was like the video shoot guy. He was the director.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there like just stiff as a board, right where I was told to be for like 20 minutes. He shows back up and he goes, hey, Gordy wants to see you. Gordy wants to see me. Funny thing you mentioned that because I want to see the bastard too. I'd love to meet that guy.
Did you hear about the it was last year, the Rocks TV 420 Cypher?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on that.
No shit.
Yeah, I am the last one on the track.
Oh, so you closed it out.
Yeah.
That's sick. And I'm going to tell you a secret, man. I'm going to tell you an industry secret between you, me, and those that watch in the future. On a Cypher, it's the same thing as a job interview. You want to be dead first or dead last. Those are the ones that people remember. That, and of course, like, you know, the person.
You must have really loved my piece because I was the last one on the track.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, like for a Cypher, like that is a sweet gig to be either first or last. Like that is ideal. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Because when I listen to a Cypher and it's got like 15 artists on it, it's usually the first one, right?
Or the last one.
Or the last one that I really like, or it's like 2/3 in where it's like there's that abstract guy that I kind of like, and you know, because I was talking, Casper, I think was on that too, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because we actually talked about there was a guy that was like 3 or 4 tracks in or something to that effect. He was somewhere in the middle, and I said I liked him, but I felt like his delivery was like slow paced, like it was like a slow punch. And I said that was my only feedback, but the production was good. I think it was assembled by Trey.
The overall Cypher. When I heard the Cypher, you know, minus my part because everything I do is just fucking gold. There was actually a really decent song, but the one you're talking about, I can't fucking remember his name. It seemed like he was wasting his potential, and that sounds like a big thing to say, I know, but I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say.
I think what he was doing is I think he was going like he didn't wait for the beat to roll over is what I think happened, honestly. Rain is on its way, Ryan. Oh cool. That's dope. My killers don't stop, now you know. My killers don't stop, and now you know. My killers don't stop, and now you know. That's from Blatonio Todd replying to himself. Ryan Koch says, me and Fred go back a long time. In my mind, that would be scary. That's fucking hilarious. Alicia's in the building. We do have Alicia. That is fucking exciting. She bought a patch from me. She fucking bought a patch. I hope it shows up soon. We've been mailing out patches. If you guys are interested, for $10, you get a handwritten letter to you. It's not one of those ones that's typed up and mailed. It is handwritten by me. So it's not like I've got copies of it and I'm sitting there just repeating it. I will sit there and write you a personal fucking letter. And I'll make sure it's like one page so it's not overly long or whatever. And it's to you. It's like directly to you with the patch. So when you order the patch, you get a free handwritten letter from me. Which means I've got 90, 60, so about I think like 75 to 100 more letters left to write in me. Because I've written that many fucking letters already. I've written a shit ton. And my wrist is tired. And I asked Bree for assistance.
For what exact reason, though? Because
I don't have to worry about that. I got Bree that does that for me. So thank God for that. So, no, it's definitely from the writing. Bree takes good care of me. I love her very much.
You kill me, bro.
I try to kill people all the time. I try to kill them with love, kindness, and laughter. That's what I try and do. So my dad, when I was growing up, hated ICP. And I'm kind of doing this as a Father's Day thing and a segue into tomorrow night. So bear with me on this train. He hated ICP growing up. He's like, I don't like the foul language. I don't like what they represent. And it was Shangri-La. So he grounded me from the music. My mom grounded me from that music. And now as an adult, I actually got a phone call from Shaggy Tudo chewing my ass out. I got shoved by Shaggy Tudo, which we'll get into tomorrow night. And my dad calls me up. He goes, "Hey, you were on the phone with one of the guys from the ICP there." And I says, "Yeah." And he goes, "Did you get a chance to meet him?" And at the time, I actually did get a chance to meet him. And that's one of the things that he actually said to me. That's why I wouldn't put the phone on speaker. We're going to get into that tomorrow night. It's going to be a tell-all.
Mhm.
I was respecting as to why I didn't do it. It's calculated on my part, and I was being fair to everybody by doing this. Because I had the phone in my possession. I could have done whatever the fuck it is that I wanted.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So I ran that show, and we're gonna do a tell-all tomorrow. I'm gonna reveal all tomorrow. So anyways, my dad all of a sudden becomes a fan of ICP. And I'm like, how the fuck? Like, when I was a kid, you fucking hated them. Now all of a sudden you're like, they're cool, and he's like, yeah, I like them. They're cool guys. All right, Dad. So then he listens to Gordy. I swear to God, my dad's Catholic. I don't know if you've seen the music video yet. I'll send it to you. I'm in this video with Gordy as well. It's this the Sick Fuck short film. So I was told by Jimmy Don, I was invited out. We talked for like a few hours. We got invited out to doing this thing. We got invited out to do this thing for a music video. Like I got to do behind the scenes or whatever. He calls me. We're on the phone for hours, and he goes, I got a better idea. I'm going to make you a priest. I think it'll be perfect. I'm like, yeah, I'll be a priest in the music video. Like I'll do that. And he goes, I got the costume. I got everything. So I haven't heard the song yet. So I just know I'm going to be a priest in the King Gordy and Jimmy Don music video for Sick Fucks for How to Gag a Maggot. There's no red flags.
No,
There's
not at
no
all.
red flags. None whatsoever. So we get to this, we get to there, and there's this old abandoned building that we're trying to look for. We can't get inside this one church. It's highly fucking guarded. So we can't get in there, which sucks because that's where we wanted to film. So we go to this old abandoned like Baptist Catholic school or whatever the fuck. It's been abandoned for years. So we go in there at 2:00 in the morning, probably like one of the worst parts of Detroit fucking ever.
Yeah.
Mind you, Jimmy Don, he's a white guy and I'm a white guy. So, and even Gordy said, you are the wrong color to be on that side of town.
Yeah.
Just letting you know. Like you were not okay.
Yeah.
And people were saying that shit too the next day during the video shoot. They were like, oh, I hope you're leaving soon because that sun's going down.
Uh-huh. You don't want to be caught there after dark.
I'm like waiting to hear purge sirens and shit. So we get there for the music video shoot. It's fucking hot as balls in this abandoned building. We've already scouted it. We know where we're gonna film. We fucking leave. I'm scared as shit, dude. Like we were in there at fucking 2:00 in the morning. I'm not scared for my life with anything around me. It was fucking like I'm waiting to hear a little girl laugh. Because if I saw a phantom at the corner of my eyes, I'd jump. But I think I'd be okay. But there's something about the thought of a ghost little girl giggling running down the halls that freaks me the fuck out. Like if I saw a giant specter, I'd freeze for a second. But if I heard that little girl laughing, I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah, kids
that's
are
where I draw the
creepy.
line.
I don't know what it is about those kids, man. They just have that creepiness to them.
Yeah, there's something really ominous about that. Like if you saw when I see the demons in the movies and shit, I'm like, ugh.
Mm-hmm. But you see that kid, you feel that chill running down your spine. Ugh.
But when you see that girl, man, you hear that girl giggling, you're like, I'm all done with this movie. There's just something really weird about it.
Yeah.
So Jimmy's like, yo, are you fucking scared right now? I'm like, dude, I'm fucking scared shitless. Like, I'm not okay because I'm waiting to hear the ghost of a little fucking child giggling. So we get Gordy there the next day. Like, we all went to lunch, and we go down there, and we're standing there, right? Like I told you, my dad's Catholic, extremely fucking religious man. I'm standing there, and haven't heard the song, so I'm standing there, and I've got a little bit of blood on me and whatever, you know. You can watch the music video for yourself. If you don't believe me, you can check it out for yourself. You just type in YouTube, How to Gag a Maggot short film. It's the one that pops up. You'll see Gordy in a mask doing this on the stairwell. That's that video. So anyways, I'm standing there like this, doing fine, doing great, doing okay. And I hear the line, she's just a little girl. He likes to fuck her faster or some sort of shit. And Gordy puts a hand on my shoulder, and I'm looking up like, so my numbers are my popularity is going to go down. So when I do run for president, and I'm on the campaign, that's the first thing they're going to bring up. They're going to be like, sir, are you a pedophile priest? And I'll be like, yeah, you caught me. I was a priest for King Gordy. Then I was a priest for Project Born for their music video Sins. I'm a part-time priest. Yeah, that's what I do. Why, you got a problem with priests all of a sudden? All of a sudden you got a problem with priests. You don't remember the Catholic scandal. If you didn't have issues with that, you kind of brush that out. You kind of grab them and move them around. But a fictitious priest is where you draw the line. got it. Okay. People doing that shit for real life. Understood. So anyways, so I send it to my dad. I send him the music video and shit. He calls me after he sees it. He calls me and he goes, that was great. I'm like, well, these days now.
Can you see me looking at your side of the screen? I mean, kind of, I don't have a thing, but there's supposed to be a question mark. What the fuck?
Yeah. No, I'm supposed to have like ding, 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 ding,
Yeah,
ding.
I'm kind of
Just
like
around
your screen just like tilted.
Yeah, so I'm like fucking puzzled. I'm like, huh? And he's like, I loved it. He goes, who was that girl doing the singing? I'm like, that was Callie Breeze. And he goes, oh, she was great. Jimmy Don's got a great voice. And he goes, hey, and Gordy did an amazing job. And he goes, oh, I love it. And I'm shocked. Like, I'm looking at Ashley and she's like, he didn't like it, did he? I'm like, he fucking loved it. My religious Catholic dad was like,
Yeah.
I loved it. I'm like, see, if that was in my CD player, my portable Sony CD player, because fuck Lennox, because Lennox always skipped. Lennox was a shitty CD player. My dad sitting there enjoying this, it baffled me. So I actually went down to New Hampshire this past January. My dad's talking about Gordy. Like, that's all he was saying. He's like, he goes, he signed this shirt for me. I'm like, I know, I'm the one that mailed it to you. I know. He's just all excited about it. He's proud. There's a picture of him on my Instagram and on my Facebook of my dad just smile on his face with this King Gordy, King of Van Dyke and Harper.
I saw the picture. Is that who that is?
Yeah, that's my fucking dad.
That's cool as shit.
Yeah, my dad's like, look at me, I got a Gordy shirt. I'm awesome.
No offense to it, but he kind of reminds me of like a 5-year-old that just got an autograph from a celebrity. Just, oh, right, I am cool.
Yeah, like he's just like all proud of it. He's like, I love it. So he's like I said, a huge fan of Gordy, and when I was a kid, like he didn't like that kind of music.
Right.
So I feel like that as you get older, you start to like get a bond with your family that's like unlike any other. Like my mother, I know it's not Mother's Day. Mother's Day's already come and gone.
Yeah.
But one quick story about my mom, because I adore her. I was actually sitting there with my sister, my mom, and my mom was texting Kelly, which is my mom's friend. I got a funny story about Kelly. I'll have to tell you at some point. And I'm over in the kitchen, and I'm like, Mom, who are you talking to? She goes, Kelly. I'm like, you tell Kelly. I said, what's up? Tell her I said, how you doing? And my mom looks at me, and Brittany looked at me. My sister jaw dropped. She went, are you hitting on Kelly? I went, have you seen Kelly? Hey, yeah, I'm hitting on Kelly. And it's funny. I got funny stories about that for days. I'm gonna have to find out if it's okay for me to tell that story. I know that Kelly tells this story, and it's one of my favorites. I'm gonna tell you this one instead. So I was actually at the gym where I worked, and that's actually how I met Kelly, because my mom was actually my boss. She needed extra help because somebody had quit last minute, and I just moved out to Michigan. She goes, "You want a job 2 days a week?" I'm like, "Fucking sure, I guess." She goes, "Yeah, it's at Planet Fitness. You're just gonna do nighttime cleaning." Cool. I can push a broom. Awesome. And it's helping out family, right? Which I'm all about. So that's when I met my mom's friend Kelly. We went to a bar one night. My buddy Travi invited me out to Spiral, which is a gay bar. Sid Jones,
I know it.
went to a gay bar. And everyone's probably like, yeah, we know. And I'm like, fuck you. But anyway, I went to a gay bar. And Kelly's there, and we're all hanging out. We're having drinks, having the time of our life. And I first time being out in Michigan, getting to hang out. I did hang out with some pretty girls, and there were some dudes that bought me drinks. Really nice of them, by the way. I was actually quite flattered. My friend Travi grabbed me and pulled me aside, and he goes, "They're not for you." I'm like, "They bought me drinks. They're being really nice." He goes, "Oh yeah, they were being nice. Typical men. You go outside."
Just a little detour here. In my life, I have turned on 3 guys.
Good for you, brother. All right. Like I said, that's a compliment, man. When we get hit on by dudes, like, honestly, us straight guys, we don't mind it. I hate that where it's like, I don't mind a gay guy as long as they don't hit on me. I'm like, well, they don't hit on you because you kind of suck. So when a gay guy hits on you, it's a fucking compliment.
I find it flattering that a guy finds me attractive.
Yeah, because guess what? Us dudes, we don't find each other attractive. Like, you got to be a specimen for men to be like, oh, yeah.
No shit.
You got to be a fucking prime specimen, because ladies, how you see us, we see each other like that, but on a much lower scale. Yeah. You see us as the guy that's going to walk around and hump random shit, right? You're just looking for the guy that humps things a little less, or is at least a little more coy about it. With us guys, we see each other as like the worst of the worst. Like, we're like, oh,
one needs to be eliminated. There can only be one Highlander.
Right. We're trying to conquer each other and kill each other. We're just like, dude, like we avoid each other like fucking plagues half the time. Like,
No
bro,
shit.
did you just touch me? Like, fucking dude, don't do it. And girls, they'll be straight making out with each other, which is cool. I'm actually for that. If you're not actually buying, you're still making out with chicks, I'm cool with that.
Everybody's just a little bit gay.
Everybody's just a little bit, right? Like I've seen dudes on television. I'm like, all right, yeah, I get why you would want him to stick his meat in your taco. That makes perfect sense to me. Like I understand that. So I go to the bar with her, to this gay bar. We're talking, we're having some good conversation, Kelly and I, and my friends are there, and they're like, hey, so how was your first night out at a bar? I'm like, well, it was a gay bar, so not how you'd think it would went, but I got shit faced and had the time of my life. Like it was a fucking great time. Kelly walks by as we're having this conversation. She goes, hey, Sid. I was like, hey, Kelly. She went, a lot of fun last night. We should do that again. And my friend Zane looked at me, and she's leaving. She's got a smile on her face. She's waving on her way out the doors. And I looked at Zane, and I looked at, like, you know, the person next to me, and there was a person at the counter, like, trying to scan in. And I looked at two of them like, that's not what happened. Like, that is not, because she's got, like, arms for days. Like, she's a rugged chick. Right?
Mhm.
Gorgeous as hell, but she's rugged. Truth be told, my mom's not in here, right? No, she's not. So I can say this. I hope she doesn't catch the replay. You watch. This is the one that my mom replays. But I would definitely. I've got some projects that I'm working on. I would give her a ticket to Pound Town. I would do it. I would do that. I would. Hey, my mother's not watching this. You calm down over there. So, anyways, so I'm looking at my friends. I'm like, no, that's not what happened. And so they're dying. They're laughing. He's like, dude. I'm like, no, that's not what happened at all. So I'm sitting there denying the whole thing. Like, I'm just like, no. Like, that's not what happened. And Zane looks at me and goes, bro, that's fucking hilarious. Because, like I said, she could take me and snap me in half. She could fold me. She really could. Oh, yeah. But I looked at Zane after he's done laughing. Like, he looks like he's about to fall to the ground. I looked at him and I said, doesn't mean I wouldn't. I'm just saying it did. And I'm not proud that it didn't. So he's like,
I think he just offered you. I think he was offering you.
I think he was, and if he was offering me up to I wouldn't have said no. So that's a true story. So I was telling my dad all these stories about Michigan and what have you, and my dad's like, you know, he's heard about the Home Depot and the Aldi things and all that. He makes sure I'm okay. You know, I'm his son. He's got to love me, right? I started getting involved doing all this, man. I started doing all this shit. You know, working with you guys, launching a network because of you guys. Like, let me make something perfectly clear. This network idea wasn't mine. It started as a joke that I did after I parted from my previous company. Like, I just want that to be perfectly clear. This wasn't my idea. This was Twiggy's idea. This was Bree's idea. This was Inquisitors. This was everybody's idea. And you guys really seemed to like it. So that's where this came from. So anyways, my dad, you okay over there? No? Okay. So, was Kelly watching?
No, I just.
Oh, thank God.
Why did you say her name?
Why wouldn't I say her name? I didn't say her first and last name. I'm not doxing anybody over yet. Anyways, from the peanut gallery. Back to what I was talking about, because what I'm talking about was much more important. So, my dad's seen everything that I'm doing. He's like, I'm proud of you. He's seen my interviews. He sees a picture up on my thing, and he thought that I interviewed this chick from The Gathering. You've seen her. You see that picture, the girl with in front of the bus and whatnot. He's like, who's that girl you interviewed? I'm like, I didn't interview her. He goes, what does she do? I'm like, she's one of the Busey girls. He goes, I love the Busey girls. So he's like on the Busey website, like looking that shit up. I love my dad, man. I love my dad, but he's probably one of the biggest supporters of mine. He really is. Like, I told him I was running for president, and he didn't like scoff at it or anything. He was just like, yeah, why not? I think that'd be good. Like I said, my dad and I, we got a close bond, but there's also father figures in my life that I look up to as well. And I say that because they've given me advice that my dad hasn't, right? You've got friends that have given you advice that I haven't. Same, right? It takes a village is what I'm told. It takes a village.
It takes a village to raise a child.
But I'm pretty sure that I'm like, they'd be like, takes a village? I'm going to go over to see Uncle Sid. No, you're going to not do that. You're going to go see your aunts and your uncles. You're not going to go over there and see your Uncle Sid. That you're going to go that way. No, he's cool. He had me watch this one show, and it was Piranha Double D, and it was great. Yeah,
and that's why you're not allowed over there.
Yeah, you're not allowed to go hang out with Uncle Sid anymore. And like I'm saying, man, like there's some people that don't have, fathers have passed away. We've lost a lot of good people, There's people that only have their grandfathers. There's people that don't even have a male figure in life. All they have their moms, you know. And that's why I'm like, well, they deserve a salute too, because it's like you should get a Mother's Day and a Father's Day for that. You're pulling double duty. Like you got to be the man and the woman in it. Like you got to teach your son how to be tough and responsible. Yeah, like that's
like Tupac said, when you're a woman, it ain't easy raising a man.
Right.
I can personally tell you, raising a female is a hell of a lot different than raising a man.
Right, because you're like, I don't know. I really don't know. Like my dad, he's a smart guy. I love my dad. Like I said, guy's a genius. I love this man. Man's a genius. Brilliant man. I don't care what anybody says. Genius. My dad once said to me, he sat me down. I'll never forget what he said to me. He looks at me dead in the eye. He goes, listen, you do whatever you want. You don't get caught. If they didn't see it, you didn't do it.
Exactly.
And I was like, that's genius. My dad's brilliant. Like, my dad should have been a philosopher.
Yeah.
Like, my dad has said some profound shit. My dad has said that. My dad has said a lot of great things, man. And unfortunately, there's people that don't have that. My dad still gives me words of wisdom. You know, my dad, he's still new to the technology world. Like, you know, it's a lot different. So he's kind of like, you know, just kind of like keeping up on everything. Mm-hmm. But I love that guy. I really do. And I actually called him, left him a voicemail, wished him a happy Father's Day. You know, I've been busy this morning. As you can see, I've learned my lesson. Don't go live straight from Facebook. Got to use this bitch. So we're good. We're officially up and running. So I just can't go live from Facebook anymore. I got to get used to this whole thing, which is fine. So, you know, I've been busy with that. So anyways, when I look at the kids that, you know, don't have fathers in their lives, I'm like, you probably got a kick-ass mom though, because it takes a fucking woman to play both roles.
Yeah, it really does.
And psychologically, man, they should have a father figure in their life. So if they find love in Corey Taylor, if they look to people like the Sex Pistols and they're like, oh, that's a father figure to me, because people that don't have that, they tend to latch on to some sort of father figure. It's in their DNA. Yeah. It's in their psychology.
There's a word for it. I can't think of it. There's a word for it, but I can't think of what it is.
I could Google it, I guess. I'm not sure that would be difficult. She's just friendly. Oh yeah, no, she's friendly. You're absolutely right. She is absolutely. Kelly is a very friendly lady. I love her dear.
Yeah, we look for companionship in any type of outlet that we can. It's part of our human instinct.
Right. It's like, oh well, this is absent from my life. How do I fill this? Right.
For me, that's where music came from.
Right. And we need something. Sometimes it's music. Sometimes it's movies for people. Sometimes it's drugs for even a little bit. Some people it's for life, and others it's like it's just an escape temporarily, and I'll eventually grow out of it. Mm-hmm. You know, for some people it's alcohol and shit like that. So it's important to like, and I say this with love, and I mean this with endearment. There's a stand-up comedian named Daniel Sloss, Sloss. And what I ask is that people actually give him a chance and watch his special on Netflix, Dark, and watch Jigsaw.
Yeah, I haven't heard of him, but there's another one that is really good. His name is Bert Kreischer. I think he is a very, very awesome role model for anybody to be a dad. He talks a lot about his family. He cracks jokes about them, but you can tell he's very real.
Right. Well, what I liked about him is he actually kind of like talks to his audience as like a self-help thing,
right?
While being a comedian. And Daniel Sloss is very similar to that, you know? Like you mentioned Christopher Titus earlier. Yeah. My favorite bit that he ever did was Arm the Children. That was my favorite bit ever that he had done.
He had a recent one, Amerigeddon, I think it's called.
Yeah, Amerigeddon and Neverlution.
Yeah.
Those were great. Amerigeddon and Nevolution. I'm waiting for him to do another one. I know he's released all of his specials for free on his channel on YouTube.
I didn't know that.
During the crisis. Yeah, during the crisis, he was like so before every episode, he goes, "All right, guys, we're about to give you guys, you know, a full special. It's a thanks from me to you. Make sure you're staying inside, staying safe, and we're gonna make it through this. We're gonna make it through this." And that's what he was doing for every week. He was putting up his old uploads.
Cool.
Like, but in their entirety. Yeah, and I think there's like maybe one or two ads throughout it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it when artists do that, because that tells them that they really care about their fans. And there are a lot of artists that I do not have respect because they don't do shit like that.
Right, like you've got Christopher Titus who actually gives a fuck.
You got Christopher
And-
Titus, Corey Taylor, Twisted. You got even Eminem. You know, even he cares about his fans. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. I think that Eminem does give a fuck about his fans. I think he's just I think he's tired of like just being famous. I think he actually kind of wants to go back to a normal life, and that's why he took a hiatus, and I think that's why he dropped an album randomly.
Right.
You know,
After-
he's like, I
after
don't
so
care
long
if it's
of doing
charts.
it, even at the part that I'm at, you know, nobody knows who I am. But even at the stage that I'm at, it does get redundant after a while. You just have to step back and take a break and
Yeah.
take a minute to breathe and remember who you are.
Right. Now, one of my favorite songs, actually, believe it or not, it's called My President from Young Jeezy. You ever hear it?
No.
So it's actually a song about Barack Obama becoming president. And one of the lines in that song is, you got to stay true to who you are and where you came from, because the top will be the same place you hang from. One of my favorite lines in that song. And I actually like it. I'll listen to it, even though it is kind of obsolete because, you know, clearly he's not president anymore. But it just sounds good. Like when you listen to it, you're like, shit, I would vote for Obama if I heard this song.
No
like, I
shit.
do it. It's good. It's fucking great. I absolutely love that song.
What's the name of the song?
My President from Young Jeezy. It's good. Like, it's fucking grand. I'm telling you.
All right, I got that.
Yeah.
Check it out after this.
Yeah. It's good, man. I mean, like I said, I like it. My friend Whitey likes it. He's actually he's a very much a Trump supporter, and
Right.
he actually like introduced me to that song. He's like, "Dude, you hear this yet?" I'm like, "No." He played it. I'm like, "That's balls deep good." Like that is balls deep good. Like that is a fucking great song.
Mhm.
Because you can tell that there's passion in it. Shaggy Tube and Violent J also are reaching out with tech during COVID. Yeah, they are. That's from the Sid Jones Network there. Somebody commenting, I don't know who. For those of you that aren't aware, I don't keep track. I'm not in charge. Like, I don't think any of us are. I think we established that. Like, we're all kind of like equal parts in this whole thing. So that's kind of exciting.
If I don't reply to any of your messages, I'm sorry. I'm not going to say that I have a one-track mind. I'm not ignoring you on purpose.
He's not ignoring you on purpose, just by complete accident. So, brother, before we get off this live stream, you got anything you want to say before we end this and get ready for tomorrow night?
Nothing that will give away the subject. I mean, really, it's no secret that I have a discontent with Juggalos, and just to get a little bit into it, there was one point in my life where I actually tried being down, but to sum it up in a nutshell, I just didn't feel the love. So
Okay.
I'll go more into it tomorrow.
I'm excited for that, bro. I am. I'm really excited to see, like, to hear this conversation, to hear what you have to say on it. We built this show together. You were like, hey, we should do this. And I'm like, fuck it. Let's do it Monday night. Let's do a raw fucking pre-show, bro. Like, let's really fucking kill it. And when you said, yeah, let's do it Monday night, we had Stoney shoot that flyer out like fucking nothing. And it came out solid. I love it. So, guys, tomorrow night.
A lot of the
6
messages
p.m.
and shit that I get inboxed, I get. You have no idea how much fucking hate mail I get, man.
Are you gonna go through it tomorrow?
And most of this shit comes from the Juggalos, and I feel like this shit just has to fucking be addressed.
Are you going through it tomorrow? Like, are we gonna see the inside of Twiggy's inbox?
If I can find the screenshots, I had a shit ton of them on my phone, and I think I still have it somewhere around here. I'll go through my shit and see if I can find them.
Yeah, if you can, I think that like kind of like going
A
through
lot
those
of them actually
conversations.
are on my profile. If you go through my pictures, you will see them.
Oh shit! Oh shit! That interests you?
What's he reading his inbox for what?
Juggalo hate. Yeah, we're gonna see some of the Juggalo hate towards Twiggy. And bro, nobody knows Juggalo hate like me. I've gotten the fucking.
Hey, I'm gonna challenge you on that one.
So we're like the anti-Juggalo like unit there. We got to come up with a good tag team name for that. We got to do that. We'll think on it. We'll discuss it. We'll have that revealed tomorrow.
All right.
I'm excited for it. And like I said, I did a video. I was trying to do a fucking video over at the Asylum on how like the fans have actually pussified the music scene. Like they destroyed.
There's a double side to that, and I'm gonna get into that. It's not just the fans. It is not just the fans. I'm telling you,
Oh.
I'm gonna fucking cut, and I'm gonna cut deep. I'm gonna take some serious fucking shots. I'm telling you, I am going to piss off every single goddamn juggalo. Every one of you are gonna fucking hate me, even the ones who like me.
Even the ones who like you.
I'm telling you, I am not fucking. It's no hold bars, no fucking disqualification. Fuck, what's that? Unsanctioned.
An unsanctioned fucking free-for-all. So guys, with your Juggalo friends out there, make sure you're sharing tomorrow's video. It's one you're not going to want to miss. I just want to say one more time before we get off here, Happy Father's Day. Twiggy, I'm sure you've got thousands of little gremlins out there. So a happy fucking
Shout
Father's
out to
Day
all of
you.
them.
All of them?
All of them. All my little psychos out there.
All of them.
All of them.
Do you love one more than the other?
I cannot
cannot-
rebut that information.
All right, that's understandable. So shout out to the dads out there, the grandparents, the single moms that the dads simply aren't there, cannot be there, whatever the case may be. If you're pulling double duty, this day is for you as well. I was trying to beckon for a second drink, and I certainly did. I did. Twiggy, did I not beckon for one?
Yes,
Didn't I
you
say-
did.
I
There's
did.
video proof.
Did you ask me or did you just shake your can at me?
I shook my can and asked.
I don't remember hearing you.
Yeah, I kind of did one of those. I don't remember that, she says. Of course she doesn't. Women, as much as I love you, you do have selective memory. I will give you that. But again, like I said, on this channel, on this network, what you are getting is free speech. There are two things. You post it, you own it. Free speech for all. That means the people that comment.
I just have to remember to tag myself when I do the post. I keep forgetting to do that.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Like I said, you post it, you own it, which means if you post it, you stand by it wholeheartedly. That is
Yep.
one of my rules. You don't get to be like, backtrack now. You got to defend that shit or be proven wrong, because that's how the only way we're going to win this war for free speech.
And don't be a bitch if you are.
And here's the problem, man. We're really fighting free speech when I can't go to the grocery store without people looking at me weird when I reach for the syrup. I'm like, no, I swear I was reaching for the log cabin. Because they're like, dude,
Log
I've seen
Cabin
it.
is better than Aunt Jemima.
Dude, I
Her
love log
pancakes
cabin.
are good, though. I'll give her that.
I love log cabin. Like, I'm sorry.
Log
the
Cabin
bottle-
is superior by far.
Right. And that's the thing, too. Like, there is a sign in New Hampshire. It's a true story. They say, we serve our pancakes with, and they've got the log cabin syrup. So I'm telling you, that's a marketing thing. We're like, let's go for pancakes. You want to go down to Bee's Cafe? No, we're going to Banners.
No shit.
They've got themselves them log cabin syrup cups. And that's the thing. They got the little log syrup cups that you have to pay for. You don't get
It's worth the money.
It is worth the money. So I'm telling you, log cabin is far superior. Twiggy agrees with me on that.
No, pure maple syrup. Let me show you.
It's not pure maple syrup that's better.
No, it is. It tastes way better.
It's not
way
better.
more expensive. Let's show you.
Remember,
you should show your
have to-
tank top. Show your Sid Jones tank top. That's right. My ex-girlfriend, I want you to listen to me real quick. I am a very inspirational guy. When your ex-girlfriend buys a tank top that says your fucking name on it, that is something. Yeah, I'm done with you. Yeah, we broke up, but God, I fantasize about you.
Who bought you one today too?
Yeah, my ex bought me one today too.
So you love your.
So
own.
this is the
yours.
creme de la creme. This is the top quality. It gets no better than log cabin.
Does not.
And this was extremely expensive.
Like 3.
Man, I can
Like-
taste that shit.
Like $3 or $4, but it's expensive stuff.
This is the stuff I use.
And this is the stuff that my ex uses right here.
Show the label.
Oh my god! Oh, Brian! Get it
Yeah.
off the screen!
16.
Yeah, Twiggy's
Oh
not
my
a fan.
god!
100% pure maple syrup.
It's 100% pure maple syrup with a Meyer label on it that you're paying for
Oh.
$14. That is a brand.
This
I'm gonna have to take a 3.5 shower now, man.
You're gonna go take a shower now after that? I'm telling you, man. By the way, apparently our fans love syrup because we just jumped up in viewers all of a sudden like that fucking quick.
Hell yeah.
So anyway, we both have our own syrups.
Yeah, we have our
I
own
like-
syrups. We've got our own like shit. Like I've got my Twinkies and I've got my Aunt Jemima pancakes because the pancakes that come in a cup are fucking delicious. I cannot
Mhm.
deny that.
But you do eat.
I got my Quaker Oats up in the middle. I'm about to make a bowl of that right now.
I don't blame you, brother. So like I said, guys, this is Twiggy Dro. This is Sid Jones. head-to-head with the Juggalos tomorrow night, live, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it ends a half hour before Monday Night Raw. So it is a Raw pre-show by technicalities. We're really excited to be doing this. I'm pumped. Again, to the ladies out there, we fucking love you. Make sure you're texting us and calling us and messaging us. We do respond. And I can't promise what pictures to send you, but I promise you at least one shirtless pic, free of charge. And if you purchase a patch from me, you got to be 18 and up. But to see a shirtless man, you got to be 18 and up, man. Fucking 2020. But anyways, if you purchase a patch from me, it comes with a free handwritten letter signed by me, written by me, so it's not typed up and whatever. With free shipping, by the way, shipping is taken care of on teespring.com / Sid-Jones for President 2024. Make sure you're checking out some of the merch we have on there. I know you guys are loving it. It's been shipping like crazy. People have been on demand for this, so I'm excited. I'm actually getting a shirt in, and I got a couple of announcements for tomorrow night that I will be announcing, which involves a surprise pop-up show. So he's not going to be on the schedule, but we are having a special guest doing pop-up shows live on the Sid Jones Network. And with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you ain't down with any of this, fuck what you think. I'm going to see you on the road. Twiggy, you want to sign us out?
See y'all later. Y'all can catch my Teespring. I'm on SoundCloud. I'm on all major outlets, Spotify, Amazon, Google. Go check me out. Buy my shit. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Sid, I'm out this bitch.
I'm out this bitch. Peace out, brother.